Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you wherever you are around the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very good afternoon. Yes, and it is Friday. A lot is taking place right now. On Sunday, it's going to be Chelsea-Tottenham. Chelsea-Tottenham. Dear friends, oh yes, we had a midweek game against Southampton. We also had a game win. This afternoon, I'm going to give you an analysis of how that game transpired, how the game went, and what to expect in Tottenham-Chelsea game. Oh yes. But before I continue, listen. Paul Mason, one of the football pundits, well-known, Paul Mason, predicted Chelsea to beat Spurs 1-3 on Sunday. Yes. He said Chelsea will beat Tottenham Hotspurs 1-3 on Sunday. He said, and this is what he said: Ange Postecoglou want Tottenham to be entertaining. That's how they try to play. Chelsea have better players in nearly every position and may have too much for Spurs to handle. Ladies and gentlemen, that is coming from Paul Mason regarding Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspurs. Well, let's go to the analysis and see what actually took place against Southampton. Remember, Liverpool struggled against Southampton. Oh yes, Liverpool struggled against them. They nearly lost that game. Then Chelsea went there and beat them. Aston Villa, Liverpool struggled against Aston Villa. But remember, Aston Villa beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League. And Chelsea was able to tame them 3-0. If a team that was able to beat Bayern Munich in Champions League and Chelsea was able to tame that team, that should tell you that this current Chelsea squad, we are able, we are strong. We might be young, but there is something. And I want to analyze Chelsea-Southampton. Tactical analysis. Chelsea versus Southampton. Then we can now look forward to Tottenham game and know what to expect. You see, Maresca calculated the game plan. Dismantle the Saints. Why did Chelsea struggle in the first 15 minutes against them? Why did Chelsea struggle in the first 15 minutes against them? Was it because of Enzo's recent form or what? The first 15 minutes, why did Chelsea struggle against them? I'm very interested in knowing that. Now, it was an intriguing first 11 from Maresca. Looking at our starting 11, it was an intriguing one. One would expect he will rotate the squad. But he made 7 changes compared to the first 11 against Aston Villa. A few got their first and second Premier League starts in this setup. And a lineup that lacked physicality in the front line. As we go through this particular analysis, I want you to understand something. It is very rational. It is very, very rational. Now, that is the starting lineup on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, we started a game with Jorgensen in goal post. In defense, we have Malo Gusto, Disasi, Tosin, and Cucurella. We have Casado and Enzo in midfield. Remember, there was one inventing, Cucurella inventing. Sometimes Gusto. Then we have Madueke, Palmer, Felix, and Nkuku. 4 attacking midfielders. 3 attacking midfielders with Christopher Nkuku as the 9. False 9. But we lack a defensive prowess in this game. It was all about attacking. So then, Maresca mentioned the plan being to go man-to-man after the game. He said the plan was to go man-to-man from the get-go. But it wasn't fulfilled by the players. Often we see scenarios in the picture below, as you can see right there. In this instance, Noni goes to press with man-to-man in mind, but there is a cover behind him. Noni goes to press man-to-man in mind, and there is a cover behind Noni Madueke. Now, you see, according to Maresca, the first 15-20 minutes, he wasn't happy about it. But after that, things changed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is what you can see right there on your screen. You could see clearly that Chelsea wasn't marking the people that were supposed to be marked. I indicated with the blue marking there on your screen. Okay. The next one I'll show you will be in a video. And in this video, we'll see once again, Nkuku is ready to press. And everyone except Joao Felix is lethargic. In the image, when Enzo decides to step up, whenever Enzo Fernandez decides to step up, Disasi does not follow. Disasi does not follow. Meanwhile, the rules are when Enzo is stepping up, Disasi needs to follow, leaving Caicedo exposed in midfield. Because Disasi did not follow up, he left Caicedo exposed because it becomes like Caicedo against 2 or 3. But assuming Disasi follow up, when Enzo Fernandez is stepping up, the gap would have been closer. Dear friends, this results in frustration as the players know they aren't executing. They know they were not executing what they set out to do. Noni looks behind to question the fullback. Nkuku questioned Felix, while Felix can't jump because Cucurella is not high enough. Do you see it there? It was due to this circumstance that Southampton managed to constantly play through us and had too much of the ball in that first 15-20 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very clear on your screen that you can see it there on your screen. Now, everything changes after the second goal. Everything about the game changed after the second goal. It could be seeing Noni press result in a goal moved out. It could be that seeing Noni Madueke pressing resulted in a goal. Now, with the players in mind, Maresca used that interval to speak to them. He used that interval to speak to them after the second goal. As we can see in the video right now there, ladies and gentlemen, Felix is inside. Cucurella, Caicedo were very high on the pitch. Do you see that? Because of time, I'm rushing it through. We still got bypassed in a few moments due to Enzo getting beat in midfield. Poor pressing from our forwards and poor dwelling. This comes as no surprise given the team we put out there. Yes. Nkuku isn't the best presser. Palmer and Caicedo were leggy. Disasi, well, is another thing. But you see, Southampton pressed in an aggressive 5-4, 5-4-1, and then 5-2-3 shape. To combat this, Maresca moved to 2-2-6 structure. To combat it, our head coach, Enzo Maresca, moved to 2-2-6 structure. A very interesting choice given his usual diamond midfield would have worked just fine. I was actually surprised. I was shocked about the 2-2-6 structure. Because the diamond midfield could have easily worked as well. Now, in this structure, we had the 2 center backs and Gusto inverted into midfield with Caicedo. Do you see that? The aim was for the 4 players to invite pressure and play it directly to our 6 forwards. We had 6 players attacking. So the aim was to invite Southampton, and then our players now who are 6 attacking can actually work behind. By so doing, we are exposing the defense of Southampton. Enzo, Felix, Enzo and Felix were tasked with dropping into midfield to help progress play situationally, turning it into 2-3-5 situation. Dear friends, oh, amen. This thing took me over 5 hours to prepare, dear friends. Yes, as you can see it right there on your screen. You can zoom it and have a greater look of it. One of the reasons I believe Maresca opted for this setup rather than a diamond, which was to overload the back five, is the fluidity. I mean, the diamond which also overloads the back five is the fluidity. He knew Southampton would go man to man from back to front. Man to man from back to front. But ultimately lacked the quality to do so. Southampton ultimately lacked the quality to do so. Some of the defensive players with their setup weren't comfortable stepping up. They didn't know who to pick when our players rotate. By manipulating the pivot, that's a wide and narrow, you could invite as many as 4 Southampton players and simply play through or beside the pivot. We consistently progress the ball centrally. We consistently progress the ball centrally. Now, when we did this, it was transitional chance given how much space Southampton left behind. It shows how much space they have left behind. What Maresca wanted worked perfectly well for him. Southampton, they were not bad defensively, as we made them to look. Even pre-red card, they were not bad defensively, as Chelsea made them to look. Even after they received the red card, they were not bad defensively. The setup exploited them. Enzo Maresca's setup is what exploited them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll soon be running up with your shout out. Don't go anywhere. I have your shout out here. It's a very direct setup from Maresca. It often leaves you with no option but to go long when pressed or when pressured due to the lack of numbers in the back line. It also makes it hard to build up when you go back to the goalkeeper, as the distancing is big between the back four and the rest of the squad. This is why Chelsea had the opportunity to score goals. Philip Jacobson was excellent with the ball as always. He's very quick to release and sometimes disguises himself in a way. You might think he's about to pass and you quickly release the ball to whoever you want to release it to. He always finds his man when he goes long. Philip Jacobson always finds his man whenever he plays the ball long, and also made some crucial saves for Chelsea. It leaves you exposed. In so doing, the opponent is being left exposed in defense. Most often you will see us have only 4 players when defending transitions, which is why Southampton consistently managed to get into our final third on any transition they had. Cucurella was holding wide with Felix and Enzo, with even Palmer sometimes was holding. You see, they were the closest to making recovery runs, especially Cucurella. But this was a calculated downside. Maresca knew they lacked any attacking threat. That's Southampton. They lacked any attacking threat due to the suspensions injuries. Personally, I believe this is the biggest reason we opted for this setup. Southampton posed no real attacking threat. It is a fact. So we decided to go full on direct attack the punk, attack the spank on them. Dear friends, you can see it right there on your screen. You see, what Chelsea did in the second half, Southampton switched to the back four. They switched to back four. This meant overloading the back line with 6 players was unnecessary. Thus, we switched to a 3-2-5 formation. This subsequently helped us to be more stable in possession. Enzo would have often left the midfield to join the back line once we progressed the ball into the final third when they formed their back 5. Dear friends, if you can see it right there on your screen, you see the line there? They had 4 players right almost at the midfield line. Now, Enzo has recently found form. That's Enzo Fernandez has recently found form. And one of the reasons for that is due to the allowance to be the main third receiver. The allowance to be the main third receiver. Palmer had more touches compared to Enzo prior to the last 5-6 games. That's changed as Enzo has been the one dropping into midfield as a third man more, which has allowed his touches go up. I hope you are getting my point. Enzo now drops much more to receive more balls. So now he's receiving more touches, and that is what made even his performances better. This and many other reasons, half space game, better physicality, better mental attitude, etc., is why Enzo has been playing well recently. Sancho is already an important player for Chelsea, ladies and gentlemen. But he can take his game to another level with 1 versus 1 if he is pushed. In the past few games, I have seen him try to score more. I've seen Sancho try to push more to create opportunity where they can shoot. He is one of our best finishers, but he's not doing so. He could be one of our best finishers if he keeps trying to shoot. If he can find the balance between creation and goal scoring, wow. He's got good ball striking technique. I'm telling you, Sancho got good ball striking technique and tends to use the appropriate technique. He can curl the ball, hit it with power, driven shot, etc. Sancho is a top finisher. That is why sometimes I used to wonder, maybe tactical, maybe Maresca tells you not to shoot. In his 18-19 season in Bundesliga, that's 2018-2019 season in Bundesliga, he only had 1.2 shots per game. Dear friends, let's conclude. Overall, it was a game Chelsea should have scored 10 goals. We missed too many opportunities, but this is another new experience for our young team, and they will surely learn from it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get all the 3 points from Southampton on Sunday. Let's get all 3 points from Tottenham, from Spurs on Sunday. With this squad, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hopeful that you got my analysis clearly. And I'm believing that Sunday will be another explosive one. Some shout outs before I let you go. Abba Francis Abba. Abba Francis Abba. He said, it is true. It is true on what Maresca said. Because Chelsea is always blessed with midfield players. But to me, Kante is still the master for me at the midfield. So he should work harder to live by his dreams. Abba Francis Abba. You know why do you say so? Why do you say Kante? Because he's a recent memory. He is the recent memory. If you watch Makelele and you watch Michael Essien, dear friends, if you ever watch Makelele and you watch Michael Essien football, then you know that Kante, because Kante is a recent memory that we all can remember. Do you know the players that drives midfields in the past? Why during Sir Alex Ferguson era, Jose Mourinho took over the reign in England was because of Makelele, then fall on to Michael Essien. Players that can score goals anyhow from long distance. Like, okay, not because Essien is a Ghanaian, but do you remember when Essien plays almost every position on the field? Oh yes, there was a time you put Essien in attacking midfield, he will play. Defensive midfield, he will play. Left back, he's there. Right back, he's there. Central defense, he's there. Oh, maybe you have not watched it. He was a utility player for Jose Mourinho in Chelsea setup. For those of you who watch it, you can attest to that. Have you ever heard of Makelele? You know, this midfield road, how do you call it? My time is up. To the extent that that particular road has been named after him. Is it Makelele? No. Look, we were blessed. Quickly, big shout out to you anyway, Abba Francis Abba from Apapa, Lagos, Nigeria. The next one says, can we just target the top 4 at least for this year? We can now go ahead on for the title next season. Yes, my brother, your name is what? Mutala Olowabi. Big shout out to you, Mutala Olowabi, wherever you are in Nigeria, I believe. Big shout out to you. Yes, I believe the main target should be Chelsea to be in the top 4, which of course we will be in the top 4. The title, I believe, some part of my heart is telling me that Chelsea can win the title. It's very possible, right? Yeah, big shout out to you, my dear friend. Okay, this one says, my name is Lukman from Nigeria. You call yourself Chelsea fans, but you are always dream bias for your video. Where Mikel Obi? Oh my goodness. Please come again. Let me get your message clearly. I call myself Chelsea fan, yes. And I dream about the title, but I don't understand the one. They say bias for your video. Where Mikel Obi? Come again with a better explanation. Anyway, big shout out to you, my big bro, my friend Lukman. Lukman, wherever you are in Nigeria, big shout out to you out there. The next one says, in fact, as we Chelsea playing good and attractive football, I'm sure sponsors will jostle for Chelsea front shirt sponsorship deal. Who agree with me on this? I agree with you 100%. We are playing good football. We are in the top 4, fighting for the league title right now. So definitely, sponsorship will not be a big deal any longer. Our front of shirt sponsors, they'll be jostling for it. That's true. Big shout out to you out there, my brother. What's your name? Japhet Okonko. Japhet Okonko, big shout out to you. Let me know where you are watching from next time and your full name. The next one says, hi, Mr. Selon from Solomon. Big shout out to you, Solomon, wherever you are. Very big shout out to you. Very big shout out to you. The next one, Colin Wisdom says, it is a very important win. Title contenders. Yes, we are indeed title contenders. Big shout out to you, Colin Wisdom from GH, Ghana. All right. Hey, guys in Ghana, easy, man. Tomorrow is our election day. Peace. Let the will of the people prevail. Yes. I wish all Ghanaians all the best. Go there, cast your vote, elect your president, elect your parliamentarians, and go back home and wait for the result. Let there be peace in Ghana. We are the pace setters when it comes to democracy. Yes, let us continue. The whole of Africa are watching because they are learning from us when it comes to free and fair election. Oh yes, the world is watching as well. May the best candidates win. Big shout out to you all. Colin Wisdom in Ghana. I believe you are enjoying your evening, peaceful evening, awaiting tomorrow to cast your vote. All right. The next one says, if Cole Palmer is not kick the ball, the defender will clear it away. Okay, about the Christopher Nkunku's goal. Yeah, if Cole Palmer had not quickly struck the ball into the net, the defender would have cleared it. Good point out there. Big shout out to you. Your name is what? Please let me have your name so I can give you a bigger shout out next time. All right. Patrick Oluwanke says, big congratulations to all Chelsea fans. We are moving. Thank you, Mr. Salon Block, for your good work. Big shout out to you, Patrick, my brother Patrick. Big shout out to you out there. The next one says, Mr. Salon, did you know that Chelsea players were very wasteful on the pitch of play yesterday? If Southampton were a big club and such chances are wasted, do you think the analysis this morning will be a good one? Please, the coach should talk to them. to some of the players like Maresca, Felix, even Palmer, to me was not in the game yesterday and should have been changed before time. He was removed. Abba Francis Abba from Abapa, Lagos. You got it very clear. We were too wasteful. We were too wasteful. We were too wasteful. The coach, I believe, that is why the game changed in the second half. Anyway, big shout out to once again my brother Francis. The next one says, if Czech can win all their match till January 25th, if Chelsea can win all their match till January 25th against Man City, we are winning the league. I told you last time, said Mr. Selon, that Maresca have input the winning mentality in our Chelsea fans. Akinlabi Peter from Lagos. Big shout out to you, Akinlabi Peter from Lagos. Last 3 or 4. All right. Chris Williams, my brother Chris Williams. Big shout out to you. Happy weekend to you. He says, if Chelsea have defenders like Arsenal or Liverpool, Chelsea will be unstoppable. That is true. That is true. Our defense, if we can have defenders like Chelsea, like Arsenal or Liverpool, my goodness. Big shout out to you, Chris Williams. He says, we miss a lot of chances. That is true also. Chelsea need to work on our opportunities. We could have scored 10 goals, like I said in this analysis. The defender would have cleared the ball. It wouldn't have entered the net. Oh, you also agree with the previous commenter. All right. The last one, Frederick Amabe. Frederick says, a win, nothing more than else. Frederick Amabe from Biafra State, Nigeria. A win. Big shout out to you, Frederick, my brother. I'll see you guys all in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.